Ian Rappaport, our NFL Network insider, who yesterday, along with James Palmer, Mike Garafolo, and others, had the news of the Chris Harris extension. Really not an extension, more of a, call it a Band-Aid, a rework contract, whatever it is. Chris Harris wanted a better deal, and this better deal gets him roughly $12 million this year, and it gets him in line, really, with the free agent contract the Broncos gave Kareem Jackson, the former Texan, a couple of months ago. Here is Chris Harris on the field with Von Miller and Noah Fant. Some bad weather there today, but the Broncos are getting their work done, and they have Chris Harris for that work. James Palmer now in Denver with the Broncos today. This has been a bit of a staring contest. Public comments from John Elway leading up to the draft process here about wanting Chris Harris, but now they have an agreement here, James.
Yeah, they do. And you saw that picture right now. He's practicing, Andrew, inside the Broncos fieldhouse with the rest of his teammates. They wanted to avoid this thing dragging out. They wanted to avoid a distraction of some sort. And now when they get this deal done, you see him immediately come and report to practice as he's been staying away for the duration of this offseason. And this deal is kind of unprecedented in a sense. You give a guy a sizable bump in his contract, yet he's still going to be a free agent after this season. Let's go back and look at how this all happened. When you go and see early on, maybe during the combine, when both sides were talking, my understanding is they weren't anywhere near each other in terms of the money on a long-term contract. So then about 10 days or so ago, I was told that it was shifting towards giving him a sizable bump this year. Remember, in between that, during the draft, Chris Harris said, give me $15 million or trade me. They didn't end up trading him, even though there was some sort of a market out there for Harris because he's one of the best corners in the league. They still valued him. That's why they made this move. But the interesting part about this is, Andrew, that they believe that this, in a sense, is not a Chris Harris farewell tour. He wants to hit free agency after this season, get paid this year, get paid in a free agent contract next season. But what John Elway said in their press release yesterday is interesting. We gave him this restructure because of what we think he can do on the field this year and hopefully for years to come. That last part's a little interesting with the way everything has gone down here. So don't rule out him returning entirely. But if you listen to what Chris Harris says, it looks like he wants to hit free agency and see how much he can get after getting this bump this year.
It opens the door next March. It raises the bar as to what he's getting this year to potentially set that market higher next year. And it also is a lot of cash the Broncos are committing to corner with that Kareem Jackson contract given a couple of months ago to be fair. Thank you, James Palmer.